Come on in. Welcome to Virtual Hogwarts. It's going to be a day of magic and surprises. Come on in. First, we need to go by the portrait lady and give her the special password today. Today's password is root beer. Are you ready for a day of fun? Come on. Come see the portrait lady.
Password.
Root beer.
Enter, please.
Welcome. As you know from the messages that we sent to you by OWL, this year, due to the pandemic, we are having Hogwarts as a virtual learning experience. It saddens me somewhat, as I very much like to see the students, especially the first years, arriving for the first time. And I especially enjoy the great feast, which we can't really do virtually. But in these difficult times, we must carry on and do the best we can. So I would like to welcome each and every one of you, and I do have a few remarks that I need to pass on to you. First of all, as none of you will be on the Hogwarts campus, the prohibition against practicing magic while away from Hogwarts still stands. And there are two reasons for this. The first is for your own safety. When you are learning magic and practicing it for the first time here with your professor in a class, should something go awry, the professors can intervene and eliminate the danger. Now, I know some of you have a parent or parents who are practitioners of magic, but not all of you do, and it would be unfair to give certain students advantages over others. The second reason for this prohibition is that, as you may be aware, in these trying times, people tend to become afraid, to become angry, to look for scapegoats who they can blame for something that they don't understand, because frankly it's beyond understanding, at least at this point in time. Therefore, we must be especially careful not to reveal ourselves to the Muggle world. Many of us who are as old as I am remember dark times when witches and wizards were persecuted. We do not want to usher them in again in this dark time. You may also note that I am not introducing faculty and prefects this year. Prefects obviously are not on campus either, and many of the faculty are also away from Hogwarts, where they are working on the task of devising new spells and charms, both to cure and to prevent this COVID-19 disease. And as you may well know, devising new spells is difficult and arduous and often dangerous, and not something that can be accomplished quickly, unfortunately, as they need rigorous testing before they are used on the general population. So at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Professor McGonagall, who has a few remarks to share with you.
Thank you, Headmaster.
You're very welcome.
When this pandemic began and we needed to send students home in the middle of the year practically. And many staff also chose to go home rather than remain on campus. The headmaster and I began to talk about what the new school year would bring. Would we be here in person on the Hogwarts campus? Or would people still be at home? We had no easy answers. At the height of the pandemic, yes, there were cases even here at Hogwarts, and all of us would like to thank the staff at St. Mungo's Hospital for all they did and all they are doing to help prevent the spread of this terrible disease. And so, having faced these cases ourselves, the headmaster and I spent many hours discussing what would happen in the fall. Should we have to do this virtually? And that, of course, is exactly what we have to do. Primarily, we were concerned about preserving one of Hogwarts' most ancient traditions, the sorting ceremony. It has occurred for first years ever since Hogwarts has existed. And so we wanted that tradition to continue. But sometimes traditions need to take a new direction. And that is what the headmaster will now share with you of what our decision was.
What we decided after many long meetings was that the times call for a united Hogwarts. It is very important that we all look out for one another, that we do not compete amongst ourselves. Now, in those packages that you received via OWL, you will find that you have been assigned to a house in the hopes that before you graduate, we will be back here all together. And I'm quite sure that that will happen for you first years. But for now, we all belong to Hogwarts, and we all work together to bring glory to Hogwarts by studying hard and by being the best people we can be. I would like to thank all the parents to whom the responsibility of helping you with your instruction falls, especially those Muggle parents who are not familiar with magic. I know that some of you are regretting that you will not be able to practice spells and charms, at least not for the fall and winter term, and probably not for the entire year. But rest assured that your studying in the books that have been assigned to you, which will be delivered if they have not already been, will give you more than enough to do. So I want all of you to have a good year. And I think it is appropriate to lighten the mood somewhat. And to that end, although I know that you will not be able to join in with me here, you may do at home and sing the Hogwarts song. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggy-Woggy Hogwarts, teach us something, please. Whether we are old and bold, or young with scabby knees, our heads could do with filling with some interesting stuff. For now they're bare and full of air, dead flies and bits of fluff. So teach us things worth knowing. Bring back what we forgot. Just do your best, we'll do the rest, and learn until our brains all rot. And now a few final words. Pusillanimous, pugnacious, imperfect paper cut. Thank you.
Hogwarts United!
Welcome to Hogwarts, Care of Magical Creatures, our virtual class. Today we're going to build a spider's web and share some fun facts about spiders to you. Spiders are arachnids, much like scorpions, ticks, and mites. Spiders have 8 legs, not 6 like insects. This allows him to run really fast. So let's show you what we are going to do today, lads. So here's how we start. Get a plastic plate. Some of these plates will have lines in them, and you can cut those lines right there, just a little bit, from here to here, all along. Then you're gonna take your string or your thread, and you're gonna go end one, like so you can hold it with your thumb. Then you're gonna go opposite that, and you're gonna put the string in that. See that? That's directly opposite. You don't wanna pull it too tight because it will bend the plate. When you come back up, go 2 over. And you wanna do that. Go directly opposite that, and then do it again. Go 2 over and do it again. Go 2 over from that and do it again. And keep going and going and going until you crisscross everything. Once you crisscross once, then you can go in any pattern you want, like so. I'm doing this fast, like so. Like so. And again, you don't want to pull it too tight like I just did. So you can be creative because every spider has a different web. It's like a snowflake. No two webs are alike. And when you're done, you're going to take your spider, and this is not done yet, you're going to hook them on. And in the end, your spider web will look like this. So let's just talk about this again. You're going to take a plate, cut lines all around it. Take your string of thread, start with one spot, pull the string through with enough so you can hold it back with your thumb. Then take the string, go opposite. Pull it back up and go 2 over. Then go opposite that. Then go 2 over. Then pull it down and go 2 over. Once you've gone around once, that's when you want to start zigzagging all different ways, like so. And that's how you create your spider web. Now the spiders, when they have these silk strands, a silk strand of this size is 5 times stronger than a strong piece of steel that size. That's how good they are. Some spiders eat their old web before starting a new one. Hagrid would rather have candy. So now that you know how to make a spider's web, I hope you all take the time. Be very, very careful, lads, with the scissors. And if you don't feel comfortable, ask your parents to do it. And then get the thread, and once again, your web will be like this. So kids, there's our spider web. I hope you have a safe and fun Halloween. I hope to see you all here next year at Hogwarts. And please, what is that smell? I gotta go. Something smells bad. Goodbye, folks.
Hello, everybody. I am Gilderoy Lockhart, as you all know. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. This year, I'm going to be assisting with Defense Against the Dark Arts Professor Dumbledore has so graciously allowed me to do. Now, believe it or not, I can't do all of this myself. So, without further ado, let me introduce my assistant, Professor Snape.
I am not your assistant.
Wands at the ready. One, two, three.
Expelliarmus!
Excellent work, Professor Snape. But, if you don't mind me saying, it was pretty obvious what you were about to do, and had I wanted to stop you, it would have only been too easy.
If you're so good, why don't you do it again?
An excellent suggestion, Professor Snape. Wands at the ready. Expelliarmus!
Protego!
Whoa! Well, thank you, boys and girls, for tagging along on this wonderful adventure, starring yours truly, Gilderoy Lockhart, Order of Merlin, 3rd class, honorary member of the Dark Force Defense League, and 5-time winner of Which Weekly's Most Charming Smile Award.
Eat bats!
Lupin took my wand!
Good afternoon. This is Professor August Dumbledore coming to you virtually to present a lecture on a very old and difficult charm, the Patronus. The Patronus is a very advanced form of magic and has been around for many, many years, many centuries. It has been recorded in old woodcuts and ancient dusty scrolls. It is used primarily as a defense against dementors, and will also protect one from lithothomes, those rare living shrouds which exist only in the tropics and attack and digest sleeping humans. The Patronus charm has two forms. The lesser form is an incorporeal energy that does not produce a visible creature. The more advanced form is a corporeal energy which shapes itself into the wizard or witch's hidden animal spirit guide. The corporeal form is more powerful and will banish dark creatures, while the incorporeal form will only keep them temporarily at bay. The Patronus manifests that essential part of ourselves, which is usually hidden within our personalities until we are faced with an evil so dark that we must use everything we are to overcome it. Most who are able to cast the spirit animal form do not know beforehand which animal their guardian will be. Few of us are able to cast the Patronus charm, Let me assure you that it is not a requirement for graduation from Hogwarts, and that if you are not able to master it, you will be in the company of the majority of the wizarding world. As I said, the Patronus charm has been known since ancient times. One of the most famous Patronus was a lonely mouse created by the young wizard Ilias many centuries ago when his village was attacked by Dementors serving the dark wizard Raxidian. Although Ilias had been laughed at by his peers when he was only able to manifest a putty rodent when taking Patronus classes as a young wizard, when Raxidian attacked, Ilias's mouth shone with a brilliant light and was nimble and quick and drove away the Dementors. So, how does one cast the Patronus charm? First, if you attempt to do so, make sure that you are either in a large room with plenty of space or outside. The mechanics of the charm are simple enough. The incantation, Expecto Patronum, is said while moving the wand in a counterclockwise circular motion. What makes this charm difficult is a level of concentration it demands. Bring to mind a happy memory or an imagined happy scene and clear one's mind of all other thoughts, except, of course, the mechanics of the charm. This is not something which the average or even the advanced witch or wizard can easily do. The practice of regular meditation may help one's ability to concentrate, but few of us can summon the necessary level of willpower, especially in a time of personal crisis. I would now like to show you the Patronus charm. Expecto Patronus, Expecto Patronum, Expecto Patronum. I would now like to ask our prefects, Caitlin and Mira, to attempt to cast a Patronus.
Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum.
Very good. Now, you may be asking yourself, why is Professor Dumbledore lecturing us on the Patronus charm if few of us are ever going to be able to do it? Well, in these times of pandemic, when we are too often separated from friends and extended family, often unable to attend classes in person or engage in favorite activities, we may, on occasion, drift into feelings of isolation and even despair, which is not unlike what Dementors could inflict upon us. So while it is true that few of you will master the Patronus charm, all of us can benefit from setting aside a few minutes each day to recall past happinesses and imagine future happinesses, times when we were or will be with those we love, doing what we enjoy. If you like to draw or to write, I would encourage you to do so as an aid in sharpening your imaginings. It is important when times are dark to act in a manner that one does not lose sight of who and what we love, and to be grateful for the light which is always to be found when we look for it. That concludes the lecture. Be healthy, strive to be happy, and be safe.
Smells like wet dog.
Hi, I'm Maddie from Ravenclaw, and today I will be teaching you how to make a bird and then make it fly. So first you're gonna need a square piece of paper. Mine is 7 by 7 inches, but as long as it's square, you're all good. So first you're gonna start by folding one corner over to the opposite, like this, so it forms a triangle shape. And then you're gonna wanna make sure you crease it nice and tight. Should look like this. Then you're gonna unfold it and do the same with the other two corners. Form another triangle. Should look like this. Then hold it like this, and you're gonna bring this corner, both corners up to the top. So first one, like this. Second one, like this. You're gonna have shape that looks like this, your two flaps. Then you're gonna take it, rotate it, and you're gonna wanna fold it backward along that crease. So you're gonna have shape that looks like this with 3 flaps on your right side. I'm gonna take the left corner and fold it down to that point, form a triangle shape that looks like this. Fold it down. Make sure you crease that really well. You're gonna open it up. Then you're gonna take your top flap down here in the bottom. You're gonna fold it up to the kind of edge of that crease you just made. Along that edge, crease it, so like this. And then you're gonna fold it down. This part might get a little tricky, so you're gonna take this top flap and you're going to reverse this fold and you're gonna bring it over to here. So reverse it like that, and you're gonna pop it out like this. Make sure that this triangle piece is still folded down and that it's along here, it pops up like that. See, so I'm show you here. This part stays down, reverse it here, pop it up like that. Now you're gonna do the same to the other side. You're gonna bring this flap up, crease, bring it down, and then reverse it out. Oops. Make sure you crease this very well to make it easier so that it comes up just like that. And these are what will become your bird wings. Next, we're gonna do the tail. So we're gonna bring this point up to the bottom of the wing, like this. So your fold is gonna go from here to here, like that. Increase. Undo, and you're gonna have to reverse this fold as well. So open it up, and you're gonna pop it here, and reverse, work your way down, reverse those 2 creases you just made, pinch it back together, and crease. You do that again, be like here. Now have folded this crease like that. Then you're gonna open it up just along these 2 creases, pop, and reverse them, pinch it, and crease them back. Almost done. We're gonna do the beak now. So we're gonna make a fold from where what will become the head and the wing, so that point right there, and we're just make a crease down. This doesn't have to be precise, it's kind of up to you. So you're gonna take it, reverse it, pinch it down, and then kind of adjust your beak to where you want it. You can have it down, you can pull it up a little bit, it's kind of up to you. Then when you find a place you like, crease it. Then, last step is I like to give the wings some shape. So I will fold them down, crease, then I fold the other one down, crease, then maybe fold along that existing crease. I'll give it some, and you're done. Here's your bird. Now we can make them fly. So using the Wingardium Leviosa spell you might have learned in Charms, you can make these, when you're finished, you can make your birds fly. Wingardium Leviosa. And you're done. Good job, everyone. Oh, gross. Professor Lupin used one of the birds as a chew toy.
Hello, I'm Madam Pomfrey. I'm the nurse at the Hogwarts School. I'm here to talk to you about COVID-19. The Magical Ministry of Health is concerned regarding the virus the Muggles call COVID-19. It has invaded both the Muggle and the Wizard worlds. I'll not bore you about the specifics because there's plenty of information out there from various sources. The major point that needs to be made is the virus is contagious. Muggles and wizards can get it and not have any symptoms. If symptoms occur, they can be increased temperature, cough, the inability to smell, and muscle pain. Symptoms can increase to shortness of breath and blood clots and result in hospitalization. For wizards, symptoms include incantations going awry, no longer having the ability to perform spells and incantations. Finally, the person forgets they are a wizard. The Magical Ministry of Health has not been able to find a cure for COVID-19, despite trying many potions, spells, and incantations. The steps the Muggles have used to control the increase of passing this virus to others, we are using. For example, if unable to socially distance from others by 6 feet, a mask on the face, such as what I'm wearing, is required to wear in public. Hand washing is essential. If not near a sink, use hand sanitizer.
Many of you are wondering how all of this online learning is going to help once you leave Hogwarts. It has come to my attention that many Aurors have been destroyed by you-know-who and his Death Eaters. As a result, there is a severe shortage of Aurors. Aurors are the wizarding world's best defense against the practitioners of the dark arts. They are well versed in offensive magic because our very lives depend on it. It takes courage, wit, and guile to be an Auror. Not many have the stomach for it. Do you? An Auror is a wizard or witch who acts as a highly trained law enforcement official for magical governments. Auror training is extremely difficult and intensive, so there are very few qualified applicants. You need top grades, a minimum of 5 newts, in challenging subjects such as potions, defense against the dark arts, transfiguration, charms, herbology, with grades of either outstanding or exceeds expectations in many subjects. If accepted into training, prospective Aurors are required to undergo a stringent series of character and aptitude tests. These are done
in order to show how you will react under pressure. Applicants are then required to train in advanced magical combat and other elements of practical defense, even criminal investigation. Aura training lasts 3 years after your graduation from Hogwarts. In training, you'll learn concealment, disguise, stealth, and tracking. You'll learn battle instincts, best laid plans, dueling in the dark, field training, history of the dark arts, and the Aurora advantage. Poisons and antidotes are also an essential study. An Aura's job is to investigate crimes related to the dark arts and to hunt down and capture dark wizards, often with help from hit wizards. They are, in short, the equivalent of police officers and the military in the Muggle world. Famous Aurors have been Theus Skamaki, Rufus Gramanger, Harry Potter, Frank, Alice, and Neville Longbottom, Ron Weasley, Kingsley Shacklebot, and Nymphora Tonks. The requirements are stringent, the training is tough, but you have the pride of knowing that you are the best of the best, protecting the wizarding world from evil. I encourage you to make being an Auror your goal upon graduation from Hogwarts. Beautiful day to walk the Hogwarts campus. What in the world? Lupin!
Members of the Hogwarts community and any Muggles who may be listening. The Ministry of Magic has asked me to remind you, please always wear your mask. To wear a mask is a sign of respect and love. You are respecting other people's safety and you are extending loving kindness to them at the same time. So, wherever you may be, Mr. Finnegan! Mr. Finnegan! Where is your mask? You know you are required to wear it at all times. Immediately put your mask on. What is wrong? Were you raised by wolves? Professor Snape, would you kindly brew Professor Lupin's potion immediately? Thank you.
And you, Petrificus totalis. Okay, babies, we're going to have to harvest some of you for Professor Sprout today. Don't worry, you'll be fine. He should be along any minute. And you, Mr. Gardner, you stole another leaf. I think that was yours, baby. Oh, Severus, come in. I've been waiting for you. Okay, students, Professor Snape is here. And now we can start our class. He is going to be preparing a restorative draught for people who have been petrified. And I am going to teach you a little bit about the mandrakes. Now, this one here is a juvenile. He's very young. You can see that he's still green, and he has these little green roots. Oh, he's already starting to lose his green roots. That means he's getting a little older, and he's maybe developing a little acne. That's a sign that he's maturing. You get back in your playing field. I've hit both of these with Petrificus totalis so that we don't have to wear our earmuffs and we won't get headaches or, heaven forbid, die. This is a mature mandrake. You can see he's turned brown. His leaves are all standing up straight and his roots have gone brown and they look kind of stringy. They're not as stiff as they used to be. So, I'm going to harvest a piece of this mandrake for Professor Snape so that he can make his potion. You lie down on your side, baby. This won't hurt a bit, you won't feel it. You ready, students? Oh, my poor baby. You screamed. It must have hurt. I didn't realize the spell hadn't worked, and you mature mandrakes sometimes are a little tough to put spells on. They have thicker skin. Here you go, Severus. Here's your piece of mandrake.
Thank you, Mom. Okay. I'm gonna start with the spell.
Severus, I'm not in your way. You can step behind the table.
Do I have to?
I'll move away more. Now, you're grating the mandrake. You didn't want to peel it first.
You don't have to peel it. It will work.
Students, you don't have to peel the mandrake first, so obviously the skin will help with this. You grate up the mandrake.
That should be enough.
Explain to the students what you're doing.
Okay, I am putting this
Fresh mandrake
fresh mandrake into this one right here.
into your cauldron.
Yep.
Okay. And what's going to happen?
This should foam up a little bit
And turn green.
and turn green.
A
This smells
restorative
like
draught turns green if it's brewed properly. I learned that from Professor Snape.
this smells like someone's been tampering with it.
Oh, well, let's try it and see what happens. Do you need that much?
Somebody has been tampering with it. It's really not doing anything.
Maybe that's a brass cauldron. Do you think maybe you should try your regular?
I'm gonna try the regular potion that I have. This should work using mandrake.
You gave a limb for this restorative drop, baby.
And wait, alright. 3, 2, 1, action.
Severus, here's your mandrake root.
Class, pay attention.
Oh, poor baby.
I am going to grate this mandrake root. You will need a tablespoon. This is called a grater. Going to try this potion. This looks like this has been tampered with.
It should be green.
No, it's not. I'm gonna try something else.
You have to add the mandrake root. Perhaps this cauldron would work better, Severus, rather than the copper one.
We'll see.
Students, let's all help Professor Snape. There's a charm that we can do that helps increase the power of a potion. You do your wand in a nice spiral and point. Spiral and point, and you say enhancio. All together now, let's practice. Enhancio. And you point right at the cauldron. So we will all do that as Professor Snape adds more ingredients, and hopefully this potion will work correctly and turn green. There you go, Severus. Enhancio. Oh, look at that. It's starting to turn green. Oh! More students. Enhancio. Oh, Severus, I think that worked. How was that potion?
No one has tampered with this one. Now that the restorative draught has been complete, we will let it cool and we will bottle it.
That's very good. Ah! Lupin! Wow. Who knew Lupin could fetch?
I'll have to get on his Wolfbane potion.
Come here. Bring it to me. Good boy, Lupin. Good fetching. Oh.
All right, students, it's come to my attention that some of you are not adhering to the COVID rules. Just a reminder, wear a mask. Even outside, if you can't stay socially distanced, by all means, stay 6 feet away from each other. That'll help spread this pandemic. Cornelius Fudge and the Ministry of Magic have fudged this entire thing. We have Death Eaters roaming the streets not wearing any masks at all. We need you to be constantly vigilant. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and stay away from each other. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Gwen Jones, and I'm going to do a quick little Quidditch drill with you because, like most things, Quidditch has been canceled, unfortunately, for this season. So we're going to do a quick little drill and then practice for next year, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. Alright, so this is the quaffle. It is worth 10 points if you get it through the hoop. So the objective is to get it through the hoop, otherwise it's worth nothing. So we're going to take it and throw it. Well, that's been fun. I have enjoyed, hanging out with you guys. Please keep safe and healthy, and I look forward to seeing you all next fall. Bye!
Hello, and welcome to Intro of Divination. I'm Professor Trelawney. So, what is divination, first of all? Divination is the practice of determining the hidden meaning or cause of events that sometimes predicts the future by ways of natural, physiological, and other techniques. Practices go as early as the late Roman Republic, Mesopotamia, and other very ancient civilizations. Different types of divination include inductive divination and interpretive divination. Inductive divination deals with nature and the arts of reading artificial controlled events. In simpler terms, it's an artificial system of signs. Examples of inductive divination are reading of the movement of sacrificial smoke or throwing dice. It is up to the interpreter of what the sign means. Interpretive divination is the reading of portents, which is a sign or a warning of something that is going to happen, big or bad, omens, and or other prodigies. Examples include scrying and dream interpretations. So in divination class, we talk more about interpretive than inductive. So now we're going to talk about palm reading. Palm reading is more of an interpretive divination. So for the formal name of palm reading is palmistry. It's also known as chiromancy or chirosophy. There is no definite origin of palm reading, though it is thought to have started in ancient India and spread from there. To start off with palm reading, there is a difference between the right and left hand. The right hand is the potential of what will be, and the left is the potential of what could be. The right reads more into certainty, so we usually start with more with our right hand. Clear lines on your hand means that it is more of a characteristic or part of your life that is strongly developed. And less clear lines, on the other hand, are interpreted as things in your life that need more work or attention. Curved or straight lines on your hands, blemishes, breaks, where the line ends, and different lengths can also mean different things. So there are three main lines on the hand. The lifeline. It starts at the base of your palm and goes upward to the ball of your thumb and ends between your thumb and your index finger. It tells more about your general well-being and your position for life. It indicates major changes in your life, physical or emotional, or the upheaval of it in general, like moving to a new city. The headline, on the other hand, starts on the outside of your palm, on the side between the crease of your thumb and index finger. It ends in the center as well. It represents your learning style, how well you communicate, and your desire of knowledge. The heart line, on the other hand, runs below the base of your fingers and ends at either your middle or index. It tells you about your emotional stability, romantic life, state of happiness, and your health of your heart. Now I'm gonna ask for Prefect Caleb to come over here so that I can read his palm. I will be reading about your lifeline. I can see that it's very distinct. Distinct lines mean that it is very clear and strongly developed, like I said before. Since it is very long as well, it could also mean the longevity of his life. Of course, it doesn't always mean that way. I do see there are some blemishes as well. He will go through some hardship. Of course, life isn't always easy, depending on where it is, at the middle, beginning, or end, though it seems that it is at the end. Your life will be good, but towards the end of your life, you will go through some hardships. Be strong, be well.
Ooh, Professor Lupin, you want a cup of tea?
Quibbler, Quibbler, Quibbler. Oh, hello, students. My name is Luna Lovegood. Would you like a copy of the Quibbler? Oh, let me tell you about this fantastic story I read. It's titled, How Far Will Fudge Go to Gain Gringotts? Cornelius Fudge, the Minister for Magic, denied that he had any plans to take over the running of the Wizarding Bank Gringotts when he was elected Minister for Magic 5 years ago. Fudge has always insisted that he wants nothing more than to cooperate peacefully with the Guardians of our Gold. But does he? Read more on page 7 in the Quibbler to find out. And if you get a subscription, you can get a free pair of spectroscope glasses just like mine. Oh, and a helpful tip. I suggest planting midnight sage in your garden. It's like catnip to werewolves.
Professor Lupin, are you okay?
Oh man, what did I miss? What did I miss?